All right, we are back here, and when I tell you, it is so much going on with Tyrone, but we are still here trying to get justice and trying to figure out what's going on. I came across this video, and I want to go through it with y'all. I want to see what's really going on. Tyrone Davis Jr. family, they have broke their silence. Nat and the girls are up here and they're talking, and this goes right after Polo and Big Tyrone father, had their big disagreement on social media. And child, it got nasty. It got real nasty. If you guys are in here, you guys can hear me clearly. Please press a two. All right. So shout out to what it did though. What it do? What let me find out the actual name. What it did though. What what didn't add up? Yeah. Shout out to what didn't add up. So I'm gonna see what they saying or what didn't add up. Now it is a link here. If you guys want to come up here and say something to speak, feel free to do something. Hey Jamaican, hey Kendall, hey Michelle, hey Specs, how y'all doing, lovelies? All right. Okay. Hey Tamala.
Hey, Gigi.
Hot girl, did you see they got the new maps? Natalie is speaking. The family is breaking silence. This is recent. And this information is coming from a very special person. What didn't add up? Because if you guys remember, a lot of them were asking me what happened to her because we looked at her page a couple of days ago and everything that she worked really hard on the case, everything was wiped out. So it felt like, either she just was tired of her, something came out. She's not messy, so she's never going to tell us what's going on, or something with the family. But maybe none of that happened because she did come out recently and she's given this information and the family is speaking on their platform. Before we get into it, Tamala, what are your thoughts? What do you have to say about all this?
Gigi, I'm just gonna keep saying what I said from the beginning. Everybody is a suspect until proven innocent. I do would like to know why, when the police talked to Art, why Art was so adamant about throwing it on Lulu, and wanted to know, have y'all spoke to Lulu? Why y'all calling me? It just seemed to me to be so darn strange. And Natalie kept on asking him to tell the truth, tell the truth. Tell him what she said, tell him what she said. It's a whole lot, like I told people, that from the beginning. Some don't add up, some ain't never been right about this. And regardless of the fact whether it was Lulu or whoever it was. The family know what's going on, Gigi. They know exactly what's going on.
Mm. Now, I didn't hear all that, girl. Now, Art, who is Art and how old is he?
That is Tasha's son.
Okay, cuz he keep on circling around and it's just very mysterious. Okay,
That's the one. That's the one that was at the hospital
why didn't
now.
Polo ever interview him or talk to him?
Polo, that's when everything started going crash dummy, when he said, showed the picture of the son, whoever it was in the back of the vehicle at the gas station now. Okay. But I heard, and this was an actual police thing, because I had to go back myself to make sure it was correct. And I went back on something else to make sure it was correct, and it was correct. They was questioning him. They asked him a question. They asked him about Kiara, who is, and he was like, "Well, I didn't talk to." He hadn't talked to Dro, but he had talked to Dro the previous day. Okay, going into Saturday morning. But my thing is this, y'all. You know, when Polo hit on when I said something about the red car, then Polo came out about the red car. They made a statement that the red car, Tasha made a statement that she talked to the guy in the red car. Okay. But my thing is, if you talk to the guy in the red car, why did y'all tamper with the evidence? Why did y'all, you know, going around talking to people instead of letting everything go to the police? I understand you said that Gilchrist and Gainesville wasn't doing nothing, but at the end of the day, y'all was pushing gas on something that wasn't even right, man. It wasn't even right, and y'all took the investigation into your own hands, and a lot of and my thing is, I'm gonna say this: when it first came out, she said, "Oh my, y'all, you left my nephew up in Gainesville. He don't know but you got to understand, the daddy knew somebody in Gainesville. Her son knew people in Gainesville. Jason knew been to Gainesville before. All these people been to Gainesville before, man. Come on now, Tyrone maybe the only person didn't never been to Gainesville, but they been to Gainesville. And then I go back over not Tyrone. I go back over Jason's statement when Jason said, "Yeah, she was talking to his said that Kiara Lulu was talking to Tyrone's mother and Tyrone's sister, but it was another person and he cut it off. He didn't say that person's name. And I think he didn't say that person's name because I think whoever the son is, Art, might be a little bit dangerous. Because my thing is, why would he be willing to say who else picked him up and all that, but wasn't saying the fourth person name, and neither did Lulu, but she threw Jason under the bus. Like, Jason, you be the one to tell him, because I don't want to be the one to tell him. You tell him, So it's so much going on here. It's bigger than Lulu. I think Lulu know exactly what's going on. I think Lulu, not only her, but I think the family know. I think the family know a little bit more than what they saying. I really do.
Well, let me
I
tell.
really do.
Is so is Art? Is he a criminal? Is he dangerous or what? Like
He been in
what's the
trouble.
tea?
He been in trouble before. He been in trouble before. That little boy, T, he was saying it. He was saying it. And I got to thinking about all the stuff that little young fellow put out. He put out a whole lot of stuff about Tasha and her husband and about Tasha and her sons. And then I'm like, why would he be putting all this out? And then why would Tasha be trying to get him with a stalking charge? To say, and then she made the statement, and they can't say they didn't make the statement. Okay, how you gonna get somebody from stalking you when they ain't even nowhere in your presence and you can't find them so the police can issue the stalking up on them? So that's when I knew it was just too much. It was too much, Gigi. It was too much. And like I said, when people find out the truth, a lot of people gonna be hurt, man. The whole world gonna be a little bit upset, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be it's gonna be a whole upset situation. And when that woman said last time, I can't think of her name, but she said, Tamala, you on, she said, you on track. Just stay on point. And I kept on, and then Rob came up and he was like, Tamala, you right there. Don't get distracted. You, Gigi, don't get distracted. And then I go back and I'm listening to everything and I'm like, wow, okay, all right. And I was wondering, you know, here it is, your family member. And I understand you might want to show everybody what she done done to him, but why pass it all around in a group chat? Why not all of y'all get into that one house where y'all was at the beginning and find out what's going on? See,
Ain't
that's what
no
I
way
want.
I'm gonna send my mama a picture of her dead and I'm sending it to anybody. Fuck that.
Right.
Ain't
That's
no
what I'm
way.
saying. That's what I'm saying, man. And it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of that ain't going on right here, Gigi. It ain't hidden. It ain't hidden. And it ain't hidden because they don't want to tell the truth. They
So
don't
tell
want to
me
tell the
this.
truth.
If they don't want to tell the truth, why are they still trying to push the button to get justice? See, okay, so let's
Gigi, how can
argue
you get
about this.
justice for somebody if you don't want to get justice for everybody? You want to throw it off on Lulu, but if it's more than just Lulu, come on. And the chat has said it a long time ago, just as well as I did. It smelled fishy. It
So
smelled like a
why
setup.
don't her family say, listen, stop pressing the button? Because if Lulu go down, then I'm gonna go down too.
Gigi. Ain't nobody
It
saying
don't make
nothing.
sense. All I feel like this, Tamala. He was taken out of here, right? And
Right.
whoever did it was close to him. Whoever
Right.
did it is watching us on Facebook. Whoever did
Gigi,
it is a part of the family. Whoever did it is very close to this.
I'm gonna say this. That I'm gonna say this. When that uh when what's her name? Lady G or whatever, she also had uh the little recording of the police talking to Art and the family, okay? I listened to that just as good as day. Art showed up at that cabin, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. He showed up at the cabin and and Tyrone went with him. Tyrone went with him. That's why people can't say, that's why people now I'm beginning to put it the pieces together. He showed up at Abbott. Tyrone got in that car with him, and that's where it happened at. What he would when he was taking Tyrone or wherever he yes, that's where.
So
I'm gonna
tell
tell
me
you that.
this. Now to me, Tamala is very funny. You supposed to be his cousin, Art. And you was the one that's closest to him, according to Tamala. You was there at that damn cabinet. Now, why were you not front and center against justice on the TVs and stuff? That seems funny.
JJ,
That's suspect.
JJ, ask yourself this. Why was he arguing with Lulu at the hospital about a wallet when your cousin is in there fighting for his life?
Well, I want to ask you this. Ain't that the same type of man that after Tyrone was on the ground, he was chasing the dollars versus chasing the on Tyrone?
Absolutely,
Then
Gigi.
you
That's who
say
I
he got
believe.
out the red car and started chasing the dollars versus chasing Tyrone?
I believe it, Gigi. I believe it. I'm just
So
gonna be honest with
it
you.
seemed like the same type of mindset if it ain't the same person.
I believe it. I believe
So
it, Gigi.
what happened? Did he make a mistake and forgot something in that damn wallet that he needed to get out? Like did he cause the wreck, kill him, hit him, whatever he did, and then was like, "Damn, I forgot that shit in that wallet. I need to get that."
You know, a lot of truck drivers have cards, credit cards and stuff. That's what I can think of, Gigi.
And
Credit
do they
cards.
do
Other,
scams? Are the family known of doing scams?
yep, they are known for that. Yes, they are,
Oh
Gigi.
hell!
The little
Oh hell!
the little young guy said that. What's his name? T. He said that, and that's why I keep understood. I keep trying to wonder why T saying what he's saying, and then Tasha went down there and tried to put that charge on that little boy for stalking her. How can you stalk me if you're not in the presence near me? You can't stalk nobody if you're not in the presence of them.
Mm.
I think the stalking was to sit there and keep his mouth shut to make him keep his mouth shut. I just keep saying it.
So
It just keeps
let me
going
get
over
this
and over.
straight. Okay, if she know her son is involved, Art, then and she now is changing. It seems like she's not. Because in the beginning, it seemed like they were very pressing Lulu, but now they're not as aggressive towards Lulu. It has softened towards Lulu. You know, it's not like naming her. I don't get what are they trying to do? What's she trying to do?
I don't know what they trying to do. I just think that they keep trying to, the beginning. That's why I said it's a little bit, because that's why I said something is fishy. Why would he be talking to Lulu? Why would he be talking to Lulu? And then some people in your
Because they have a relationship, clearly.
hold, hold on. Some people in your chat a while back, because I kept on saying the boy's name is Alex, but the one girl said no, it's not Alex. His name is Art, and he lived up there near Gainesville, or he was up there. And I kept on wondering, and I wrote that down, and I was like, dang, this whoever this is, she know a little bit more because she keep on throwing this in the chat. And then when I heard that lady's video, and she was like, and I was like, dang, it makes sense. Everything that I was thinking from the beginning, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense.
Mm. Do you think what's her name? What's the girl name? Natasha. Do you feel like Natasha is the one that's leading the charge?
Yeah, I feel like Tasha is the one that keep pressing the issue, and I think they backing down a little bit, backing off, because I think they still screaming justice, but at the end of the day, it's not really as pressed
I
as they
don't feel
were.
like the big
You know.
father, Big Tyrone, he's not pressure. I think he be geeked up by Tasha.
Yeah,
Because didn't
absolutely.
they say he missed how many meetings? Polo said he missed to do
And the thing
something.
is, Gigi, when I talk, when I listened to Polo, I went over some of his videos. And when Polo said, your son called you 3 times, but you didn't answer. And I was like, what? You mean to tell me? So why wouldn't you answer? That was the last call he was trying to call. Why wouldn't
And
you
you know what
answer?
else is strange to me? Polo aired this ass out months ago, and then he's gonna spin the block months ago just to do one speech and one drag, and then he's off the scene just like that, like it was an assignment, like he was pushed to do it. So he just finally did, and it's like, okay, my job here is done. Now I can go back and do what I was doing. Are you there?
Yes, Gigi. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm taking everything in that you're saying. And and I'm pondering. But I'm gonna say this. Hello, Barry. This is hello, Barbara. This is Shirley. The video from the hotel disappeared after they had put it up, because guess what? Lulu was at the hotel. Tyrone was never at the hotel. Tyrone never
Child.
made it to no
So
hotel.
Tamala, it was really a hotel because a lot of I don't look. I haven't seen no shit of the hotel. I don't even know if they really was at a Papa John's. I mean, they say one thing, they say they had the video footage, but we never seen it. So I'm signing on everything.
Gigi, all I know is what I'm just being honest. I went to, how I be like, listening, and all of a sudden that lady G came. I went there, and I was like, what is she talking about? So I listened, and she put the conversation of Natalie. I heard Natalie's voice said, Art, tell the officer. Tell the officer, gave his name. His real name is Arthur something. Yes, gave his name. So it's short for Art. Yes, gave his name, everything. And Nellie said, tell him what she said. Tell him what she said. And he was like, cousin, will you please let me talk to the officer? He got a little bit aggressive with her. And I'm like, dang. And he was throwing it out, and he had like a little laugh on the little video. And I'm like, Lord God from heaven, tell me this ain't so. I'm just being honest, Gigi. I was like, Lord God for heaven, tell me this ain't so. Tell me this ain't so, because I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it.
What part triggered you the most, that he was yelling or laughing or what?
No, it's because he talked to Tyrone, okay? And he was supposed to go meet Tyrone, but he didn't, he said. And then that's when I started putting it together. You had to have went and met him. That's why nobody saw Tyrone packing up to leave. Because after the stuff had happened, he probably called Lulu and said, "Get out of that cabin." And she packed that stuff up immediately with a quickness and headed to the hotel. Because if you remember what Jason said she said she was going to the hotel to pack up. Tyrone wasn't with her at no hotel. He never made it. There wasn't a video at the hotel of Tyrone being on no video at no hotel, GG.
Mm.
GG, if there was a video of Tyrone being at the hotel, okay, don't you think the hotel people would have came out by now? Don't you think they would have said, well, this is no video of Tyrone at no hotel? Come on, GG. Why did they never go to the hotel if it was a hotel that he would enter? Why didn't the family ever protest at the hotel, GG?
Yeah.
That's why I keep trying to tell you, Dro had to leave with him. And that's when that stuff happened. That's what happened. I'm no fool, Gigi. And I already said that at the beginning. It
So
was
did
something.
Natasha, did she press her son Art? I mean, did she ask him all the hard
I didn't
questions?
hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing but Tyrone in it, Gigi. I didn't.
I'm
I
saying,
mean,
but do you think that
I didn't hear
Natasha
Tasha
pressed her
saying nothing.
son?
I heard Natalie standing on business. I did not hear Tasha.
Right.
I heard
No,
Natalie telling him, tell the truth. Tell her what she said. Tell her and that's when he got the screaming. Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. If you want to, I can pull it up right now for you.
okay.
It
All
said
right.
Lady, what's her name called? Lady G, whatever her name is. Yes, it
Yeah.
was on her page. I,
Here Gray is. I'm gonna pull her up. Hey Gray.
How y'all ladies doing? Beautiful.
Good. How you
hey,
doing?
sweetheart.
I love the way you think. I'm glad I ain't alone. I listened and I'm glad it ain't just me. I feel you every time you speak, baby. I'm telling you, you be hitting, you hit, you hit there, you there. Like a long time ago, he was like, "Don't let up, don't let up." Hey, you own it for real. It ain't just Lulu.
No, it's not. And I know
Like
that.
we said the
I,
last time we was on the planet, like I woke up in my sleep, I was in my ear because the thing was just on the YouTube, and I'm like, hey, she there she go, and then you went and you there. I'm saying it's crazy. Like who does this like in real life? And like Gigi don't understand because she's not straight.
right.
I get
Absolutely.
that. I get that. Retired and all of that other shit or whatever, whatever. But you're right, Tamala. You're right. You're right. And like they deleted me, not all of them, but I guess Tasha did. But I don't know what's news going on. But it's like crazy to me because like who does this when it's somebody that you love? you know,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
nobody, nobody does this when it's somebody that you love, and something just hypothetically just happens. Jumping
Mm,
out the car, what
Absolutely.
have you? It ain't an amount of dollars I'll pay any amount to get my brother back.
yeah. All
Ain't
right,
no
Miss.
way. But I'm just
Okay.
saying, ain't no way. I'm like, I don't know what really happened new because I haven't heard
Okay.
anything new.
Okay. I think
But
Tamala
can
was
I
pulling
ask
up
you a
something.
question?
Yes,
Can I
ma'am.
ask you a question? Did you hear the video of Lady G when she said it put the video of the police talking to the young man?
I remember it, but I don't remember. verbatim like what the words that was said, but I remember as you was speaking before I called in. I do.
He was speaking to the police officer. Yes.
Yeah, because like you was right, like you and Polo, like everything it aligns with to me it aligns with one another. How use y'all opinion, US and Gigi and Rob, and then Polo dropping what he was dropping, it makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
And then they missing all appointments, and they trying to drag and pay Polo to drag the mama. It makes sense to me. And then like Gigi was stating, Lulu's backing out. But I haven't seen nothing like that on my timeline on YouTube or nothing new, so I can't
Mhm.
say.
Okay.
I
All
thought
right.
something new. Go ahead,
Okay.
Gigi. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Gray. I really appreciate you. Chris says every family has issues. He was with Lulu. Hey, Chris, how you doing? It's been a minute, baby. I'm so glad to see you here. Okay. Someone says they do remember the call to Mala.
Absolutely, Gigi. I wouldn't lie to you. And when I heard that, Gigi, I was like, man, this can't be. Because this is what I was stepping on when we first started. And then we got all of a sudden they started spinning another web. Oh, when I kept on saying about the red card, then one of your chat woman said, oh, Tasha's son got a red car. If I try to go back and try to find her name in the video, and she said, Tasha, when she said that, Gigi, I was outdone. I was outdone because I'm like, dang. And then Polo showed what he showed. Yes. And they also, when I told you that Nikki said they went to the phone company. And I'm like, who? They went to the phone company. Why didn't nobody? She said, oh, they also went to the pizza place and then to the phone company. And I'm like, and then I told you in the video, I said, Gigi, I cased the area. I said, and there's a phone company across the street. I said, I think it was a T-Mobile, and then on down the street there's a uh hold on, a Metro PCS. And I was just telling you, because you remember I told you I said I cased the area, I pulled it up, and I told you what all I saw in the area.
Hmm. Yeah. So, all right. So you don't, I was, okay. I know you haven't heard the audio, but I was just asking outside of what we heard, do you feel like Natasha, she had a talk to talk with her son Art to figure out everything what's going on? Do you think that Art is blaming it on Lulu and he is like the battery of lies in Natasha's ear? Do you think that could be a possibility?
Gigi, I don't know what the possibility. All I can say is you come out here, you say you love your nephew, and this is my cue. I don't care if a family member of mine done something to somebody I love, they got to go. You got to go because I love you too. But I'd rather see you locked up because you did wrong. You can't just excuse what you this young man did. Yes, that's your flesh and blood. But you act like this young man was your flesh and blood too. So which one was it? You were just pretending for the videos and the camera. And I keep saying, the mama never said nothing about Tyrone, big Tyrone, never said nothing about Natalie, never said nothing about nobody. She left it to God. And when I say Gigi, I had many sleepless nights after I said what I said about that lady. And it was like God told me, and not only God, but when I talked about that organization and different other things, and they was telling me back off of this, back up off of this, you know. And I'm like, dang. And I know why, and I see why. Because I'm like, nobody wants to touch his case. Nobody wants to touch this case. And I'm like, why won't they touch this case? This young man, and I just was like, something else got to be going on behind the scenes. Something else is going on behind the scenes. And yes, it is a whole lot of GG. While you talk to them, I'm gonna find this for you so I can play it for them so they can be able to hear it.
Or we
Because
can just do run it tomorrow or later this week, you know.
that sounds
Yeah,
good.
that's
But
probably best.
I didn't want nobody to try to snatch it or make her take it down,
They're
before
not gonna
it.
do it. Lady G, she argue with the best of them, honey. She ain't gonna go down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because it's like she did the autopsy, that she brainstormed all that, GG, and I'm telling you, GG, Polo was in the right area. Polo was right. So was we. And the lady just came up here and said the same thing. Polo was right, and we was right. That's why didn't want Polo on that case no more. Okay, that's why.
Mm.
Polo's in Tampa tonight. He's in Tampa tonight. So that's why they didn't want nobody. See, everything people do, sometimes people feel like, oh, I got away with this or I'm going to get away. But everything leaves a paper trail.
Mm.
And then what the woman said also made sense. She said, and you remember what Lulu said, I was trying to figure out what really happened because I asked about the camera. They staked that place out, Gigi, before that boy even went to the cabin. That's how they knew it was no cameras and where to leave him at, Gigi.
Whew, that's a lot. What's
Yeah.
Barbara saying? Why did Tasha with the CCs to rush to when her son name came up? She got mad at Polo and got rid of him. Why? Her son unalive Dro, and he done threatened Lulu to shut the F up or else. Whoa. Did you hear what that did you hear this?
Yes, yes. And if you look at him, Gigi, you remember I told you, I said,
Do
that
y'all
boy,
really think that?
Gigi, he was in the picture with Dro and Jason. She
Hmm.
also pulled that picture up that I was telling you about a long time ago. I said, who is these two? I did. I knew. I said they said it was Jason, but yeah. Oh yeah, Gigi, and that's why she threw Cece out here to give us a narrative, like she was the grieving family member. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And when Polo said what he said, and y'all used me, and then somebody on Polo thing said, yeah, if they saying they use you, they used everybody. They used everybody in their little game, not only
I
to get
I
money.
think it's possible that Natasha is in denial. Do you think that's possible? Press one if you guys feel like it's possible. Natasha's in denial. Do you think it's possible that her son is feeding her lies? She already had a hatred towards Lulu, so it's easy for her son to manipulate her and push the blame towards Lulu.
That accident that everybody's saying, that was that was a that wasn't they wasn't arguing. Her and that guy, that happened. It was just a, I'm gonna be honest with you. Lulu them was drinking. They was drinking when that thing happened. Thank God she didn't get in trouble for that. But it wasn't like people try to throw her under the bus and saying she tried to kill one person. Excuse me, sorry, unalive one person. Now she doing it again. No, Gigi, no. And now, her brother, he wasn't even nowhere to be, and that's a fact. I That's a fact. Her brother, Kayvon, he, for uppermost respect, and we was wrong on that part. It wasn't him at all. He was nowhere in the vicinity or the presence. No, he was nowhere. And that's why another reason let me know that it was her son. And like I said, what man? He blocked the car. He blocked the road. But you was chasing, you seen a man. You didn't go help the man that was laying in the road. And he wasn't laying on the side of the road, Gigi. He was laying in the middle of the road. They moved him out of the road to the side. Okay? I had to go back and listen to the European people again. And then when that man said it looks like it was staged, absolutely. Because Tasha them said, oh, well, he said he put it back, the money back in the wallet. Okay, but the man said the the 3 5s was out. And we know he was shooting dice with the 3 5s and won the 3 5s. And like I said, if you ever watch gangsters movies and stuff, you know things like that sends a message. Even when you put a picture going around in a group chat, that sends a message. And what was the message that you was trying to say? Because at the end of the day, it was no lie that they was taken from him. It was no lie that people were stealing from him. That wasn't a lie. All that, oh, I love it, W. And then it was no lie when the father said, all I want is what's mine. What's yours? Because I keep wanting to hear that. What's yours? When you said this, sir, you came out and made a statement about polo. But can you come out and say why you made this statement? All I want is what's mine. Because see, that right there is the one key that kept nagging at me. All I want is what's mine. And when
Sound
a
like
person
he
said,
knows something too. Sound like he knows whoever it is close to the family. People know. It sounds like, and usually when somebody kills somebody, they know who the person is. This shit is in house, Tamala.
listen,
And say they went to maybe Gainesville first, and then went up to Gilcrest to talk to the sheriff's department up there. Since Tyrone was found in Gainesville, and Officer Wilson, there may be an Officer Wilson at Gainesville that told them about. She asked about some cameras because that is in a report, but I cannot remember what officer took that report. Okay, so that's that. Now, if you really heard the auntie, the officer, the sheriff that's in Gilcrest that's interviewing them on the left hand side, he asked the sister. I mean, he asked the auntie. We're gonna just say auntie, okay? So I don't confuse you all. He asked, "Are you talking about? Are you talking about that little bank card? Why is that important? Why is bank card important?" The sheriff asking the family members about a bank card. It's important because we know nothing about a goddamn bank card until the case was brought out to us. Again, keep in mind, this was interviewed. None of us knew that they was in Gainesville being interviewed by no goddamn Gilcrest or no Gainesville police. All we know is when they was in Gainesville, they were in Gainesville protesting justice for drugs.
The bank card came up maybe 2 months later with Lulu saying that Aunt was trying to fight her for a bank card at the hospital. This is what Renee told, aka allegedly, Cece. So when Cece brought out something about a bank card and they fighting at a hospital about a bank card, where you can hear this sheriff asking the auntie, are you talking about that bank card? Another thing the auntie was saying, yep, wait a minute, hold on, y'all.
Gigi.
Try not to look at the
Yeah, let's
Gigi.
get these likes up, y'all. Yeah.
I
Y'all,
think that,
we got to
and
do
I
better
think
with the likes. It's 54. We can get to 100. We got over 150. If you
Gigi,
guys
I'ma
want
send
to
this.
spin the block, we need to get the likes up, y'all. Come on, y'all can do
I'ma
better than
send
that.
this to you. I'ma send this to
Uh-huh.
you so you can
No,
pull it up
but
and let
keep
everybody.
playing it. We hearing it. And tell us what you
Okay.
think. Just stop and go, girl. Just tell her. Break it down
Okay.
for us.
But I want to go back to let you hear with the
Oh, we
artsy.
hear fine. Go ahead.
rattle box to another location and it kind of give me what you went.
Okay, hold on.
I'm paying for that. However, there's an extra bill when I come online and download these apps for you all. So yeah, and if you see by this smiley sign by the comment area, you will see no dollar sign. Meaning, what is that? It means I'm not monetized. I can't get super chats. I can't get all that little fancy stuff when you support the channel or sponsor the channel with super chats. I don't have that yet because I was flagged and they put you on a 90-day block. So as that block is off in mid-June, early July, then I will monetize my channel and you will not see it wouldn't be no need for me to be asking for a cash out, because that money, although it ain't shit, but it may pay now. Good old friend members in the little county, and I'm sure a family member working inside that medical examiner's office, that's probably the lead medical examiner, kin to somebody down there at Gainesville Police Department, make it an accident. Despite what the hospital's saying, they did some undercover shit, make accident. But we done fucked up. This is not the guy we seen. It's too different.
This not the guy we seen.
got
What's she
that
talking about?
Papa John's
Hold
one
on.
getting in the
Listen.
goddamn getting in and out the car at the fucking goddamn hotel. Okay? They realized that once they got all their pieces together and realized who Tyrone, this is at the fact now, Tyrone realized.
See, they realized that Tyrone wasn't the one who was at the hotel. See, they thinking that it was Tyrone was the one, but it wasn't Tyrone.
At what hotel for what? So you
It
pretty
was
much saying they got the wrong guy?
right. It was Art pretending. Gigi, you get ready to hear the woman. I'm telling you, that's why I think you should just have them
No,
tune
let's
into.
do it right now. Come on now. Y'all get
When
the
they
likes up.
uploaded the little UBS or whatever and watched the videos and realized that's not Tyrone. And now they know they fucked up. Because once they saw who Tyrone really was, it's too late. Now they fucked up. Now they got to cover their ass because that's a lawsuit.
Absolutely.
They're not covering Lulu. They just trying to fit her narrative to make it look like this is that. They fit in the narrative. They trying to fit her story to a narrative to cover their ass, not hers. Because once they see they fucked up and there's a big ass lawsuit, it's not only gonna start at their department, it's gonna start in their mayor's office.
She
Everybody
talking
about to
about
be
the
looked at.
police.
Oh yes. Oh yes. She said you better believe there's a drug investigation. She said you better believe uh that there is a drug investigation going on because there was a bag. There was a bag when I told you there was a bag at the campsite. She said the same thing, Gigi. Everything that we was stamping on, that Rob said we should have stayed on, the red card, this and that, the drug. Yeah, she's saying the same thing. That's what she said. Well, what did Tyrone want? What did Big Tyrone want? What did he say? All I want is what mine. I don't want no trouble. We ain't trying to provoke no violence. All I want is what's mine. But see, they made it seem like Lulu had what was his. Lulu didn't have it. Her brother was nowhere near her, Gigi. When she said, keep Kayvon out of your mouth, I understand why she said that because he was nowhere in the vicinity.
So tell me this. Are you trying to say the police did it, like the police unalived him?
Gigi, I'm saying that Tasha's son got something going on, okay? He got something going on with this. And I'm saying that whatever it is, Lulu knows something. I don't know if she played a part. I don't know. But on the other video that he kept saying, I talked to Kiara. But why would you be having Kiara's number? Because, like I said, while Tyrone was off on that road, ain't no telling what was transpired behind his back.
Yeah, because didn't y'all say that they all sleep with the same women? They have no loyalty.
Absolutely. That's what one of the girls said that was on the video with Polo saying that, the daddy had been up to Gainesville and that Art was sleeping with the similar person. So, I go back to what Polo said. Polo was standing on business. And that's what the problem was. And they didn't like because he was standing on major business, Gigi. I I it's a whole lot of these videos to cover. And it's a whole lot because this woman is saying a lot and she pieced it together. She pieced it together just like we did. She pieced it together and she was buying the same information that I bought. And the thing about it was the autopsy, GG, GG. It just like it's just like I'm gonna let you hear that too. Let the chat hear that too. Cause I said this is crazy footwork.
Good morning, good morning. I had to come on here, pop on here real quick. I'm not gonna be on here too long because I come back later on this evening. But I just want to give you a little preview because I'm not gonna be on here long. We can break it down when I come back this evening. Okay. But I'm gonna give you a little preview of what's what. Not yelling at y'all. I'm just, y'all know how I talk. I'm gonna give y'all just a little snippet of something. Let it marinate with you all and see who playing games with us. And why are they playing the goddamn games? All right, this is the original Autopsy. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's see. Wait, I have to take this off. Let's remove this. This is educational purposes. This is not entertainment. This is educational. For those who think people are dummies, let me educate a class. Let me remove this banner so I can share my screen. That out. There we go. Let me go back to the beginning so you know who Autopsy we're looking at. So they won't say I'm giving y'all somebody else Autopsy. Let's put a name with this Autopsy. Okay? Let's bring it up so you can see who autopsy we're looking at. Okay,
Yeah, it says Tyrone
okay,
Davis Jr.
okay, okay. Now, this is a preview. We're gonna break this down later on in the afternoon. Share this out. Now, I watched the live last night of the theory team or whatever, but didn't add up team, the theory conspiracy, whatever they are. Okay, and there's a nurse named Ava. So she say, certified, whatever. So she say, I don't know. Until I have her first and last name to put it in the board certified and what position she sits in. Anyway, I'm looking at this and I could have sworn they said Tyrone brain stem was out of tact. That's why he urinated on himself. Well, if I'm looking at this autopsy, it's saying the substantial nigro is normally pigment. The brain stem and cerebellum are intact. Right here. Let's put it in blue. Let's put it in powder blue. Oh, hold on. Didn't mean to do it that way. Hold on. We're going to put it in powder blue. Okay? His brain stem are intact. What the fuck is they over there fucking talking about? His brain stem is not intact, and that's how he urinated on himself. Are these people okay? Why is they playing with us? Why are they? What the fuck the purpose of playing with us for? As if we don't have this. The man brain stem is intact. I will be back on later on this evening. Okay?
That's why I say, Gigi, it's so much. It's so much. It's so
Uh-huh.
much. And that's why I tell you
Yeah.
when we were on it, and I kept hitting the hammer on the nail, and I said, "It's more to it. Why did that?" And I knew that nagging of the father kept saying, "All I want is what's mine," you know. And then when Polo was like, they kept on saying, "Well, he's ill." But then I'm thinking, okay, they saying he back on that stuff because the girl said he asked her for that little $40. And then I'm like, well, that ain't no money to be asking a little chick for. Why would you be asking a chick for that little amount when y'all supposed to be stamping in money? Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tyrone moved his money to Lulu because they were stealing from him. He was
What?
supporting he was supporting his daddy's habit as well.
Oh my God. He was stealing from him.
The family. What's the Marshall? They said something about her boyfriend, the little the little T guy. He said her boyfriend is a you know what. Okay. He put it out there. I told you, I sent all that stuff to you that he had on his thing and that he was showing about Tasha's husband and everything. Do you hear me? I sent you the
Wow.
picture of Tasha's husband being in the street. He showed about the son and all that. Oh, yes, he did, Gigi. I sent that stuff to you because when that little boy put that out there, he was like, he was
So
like, y'all,
what
I got,
are they targeting Lulu for revenge for something else?
yes, absolutely. Now you catching on. Now
What's
you
the
catching on.
revenge? What did
Uh,
she do?
all I want to know is what's mine, Gigi. What's mine? Nothing happened in Lulu car. Lulu packed everything up in her car. And y'all did not see Tyrone in there. He was already gone, Gigi. Make it make sense. You, we hit me, you, Sean, and Wes. We were solving the case and Polo all along, and that's why they got tired of you. And then Tasha was all forward coming up here. Yes, I appreciate y'all, but then when we started talking about that red car, she no longer. Then they try to strike your page. They try to strike Polo's page. Oh yeah. And every time they put something up there, if you notice it, it came down very quickly. They keep it up there long enough for you to throw you a narrative, throw you a bone, sidetrack you, but then they take it back down. It's deep, Gigi. The whole situation is deep. It's really deep, and and it's sad.
I've been Gainesville 5, 6, 7 months, probably a year, probably 2 years, probably it'll never be a year. But I'm charging y'all for these videos and a transcript of the interview because they got to read. They claim they have to read that, read that, read that. They told me they have to read that, and it wasn't out. They told me, they emailed me and told me it wasn't released to the public. They're not going to release it to the public. And now I'm confused. What you mean you're not going to release it to the public? Then I request again. Then they tell me I got to wait several months. But I can send them the payment right now. I showed y'all that. I can send a payment right now because they have to redact.
Yeah.
Redact. Who will you redact?
See?
But I can send you the payment and still wait some months.
And see, Gigi, it was told to to because see, that's why they wanted them to put it on there that it was an accident. Because see, that's the only way I can benefit from this as being an accident. Because I get 2 to 3 times as much if it's an accident. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's a homicide, I can't get no money.
So you think
Luke,
it, Lord, y'all be
Gigi,
speaking in codes.
Gigi, what I'm saying, Gigi, is that they can't get no money off of something that is not an accident because the money will go to Rena because Rena has no part in it. Lulu won't even get nothing. Everything will go to Rena. Ask yourself why you kept wanting to put Rena in it. Why you kept on why you wanted to take Jason out of it when she went and got Jason? Because guess what? If you look at a lot of pictures, Jason was one of his right hand men. You looking at the picture when Joe introduced Jason and his daddy to each other. Go back over some of your videos. The
Y'all
clues
give
are
it up
there.
for Tamala. Press 3 of Tamala doing a good job. And
The
y'all
clues
gotta
are
like
there.
it. Hold on, Tamala. Y'all gotta like this video. Tamala is really coming home with the facts she's giving you guys. She's been wanting to talk to you guys about this, and you guys gotta support. Okay, it's only 81 likes, and we have over 160 people in here, and you guys not liking. So I have to do my due deals to get you guys to like the video. Half of y'all in here like the video. We got over 80 people in here that has not liked the video. Come on, 80 people, like this video. Let's get it up. Come on. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to do that. Show Tamala some love, y'all. She is sleeping, and I got her out to sleep to talk to y'all. Show her
And
some love. Show her some respect.
Gigi, the homeless lady, that was a lie. That homeless lady, when she said, "Oh, I saw uh this many people in the car and all that," Gigi, a lot of that, yeah. When people say, "Okay," they throw things out there to scramble it up a whole lot, to scramble it up, Gigi, to scramble it up. Tyrone, Gigi, was in the middle of the street, in the middle. He wasn't on the side like they try to portray. The who the person, that man that said he picked him up, and the other guy that was in the red vehicle, the sedan, they picked him up and moved him to the side. That's how he became. But when they found him, he was in the street. Yes, he was definitely, most definitely in the street. Yes, he was.
Mm.
And he did go. And you know what? When Nikki said he went to the phone shop, go back over what Nikki said. And I told you that. I said, they didn't say that he went to the phone shop. None of
No,
the
I
family
ain't never
said nothing
heard
about the
no
phone.
phone shop.
Gigi, I know, but when Nikki
Why did
said
they
that,
take that out?
right, why did Tasha them take it out? That's what I want to know. And then why did they take the hotel? Why did they say the hotel, but they never went to the hotel to protest? That's why I told you they never went to the Circle K or the Wawas to protest. Gigi, that's why I keep telling you, if you stand on business and you get and we leave all this petty stuff alone, God has been revealing the whole situation. He been revealing the whole situation. And they know, the police know, all of this is about to crumble around everybody's feet. And when, let me tell you something, if Lulu go in, a whole lot of them gonna go in for covering this.
This
This
what
is
I
getting ready
don't
to be
get,
major.
Tamala. Okay, so you guys are speculating that Tasha's son, Art, did it. He has something to do with it. If that's the case, then why is she trying to get justice? I mean, why is she trying to open up the case? It would seem only that way to me. It would work if Art told her that he didn't have nothing to do with it, and it was Lulu, and so she's fighting with the mindset that she think it's only Lulu. I'm not understanding that part.
JJ, you can go back to the video. I'm gonna send you the $15. The video where the $15 was at, okay? And then she also got the video of Tasha's son standing in all black with with. Let me let you hear this for yourself, cause see, that's why I try to tell you. You go back and you look at it, and they look at the videos themselves and see the same thing. He was gambling for that $15 at the campground. At $15 was the one that he was chasing after. Gigi, if you pass by a body, will you run and go catch money? Paper?
Uh-uh.
No, not me. Not a human being. If a human being is over there struggling and moaning, you think I'm gonna go catch? Come on now. And see, he didn't want to go back and check on him. He sent Lulu to go back and check. And she didn't know what to do when she seen him like it.
Mm.
That's why the girl kept on, I kept on saying, Gigi, why is they keep on saying things get lost in translation? Why they keep on saying things get lost in translation? Because it made no sense. Why would stuff keep getting lost in translation unless you want to cover the translation up for it to get lost? Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it, Gigi. I'm telling you. I'm sending you everything that I've been looking, you know, and tomorrow we can, the chat, we can come in and pull it up. but it's a whole lot of, and it's sad. It's sad that Polo, and I appreciate Polo because once it gets to going, let me tell you something. Every slander, every threat they made towards his way can be a lawsuit for himself. Because at the end of the day, you can't threaten nobody for getting to the truth. You asked for the truth, but you didn't really want the truth. Now you wish you could have backed up off of it. And then you took them people's money, knowing y'all was lying. That's why ain't no ask yourself again, Gigi. Why ain't no private investigator came out and talked to nobody? Come on now. The private investigator don't have to be private, but in order to keep on receiving funds from the people in the community, it's best to say he's in the background. It sounds good. It sounds good because it don't it because if he's in the background, then I don't get a scheme. I don't get a how can I say it? A theft by deception, obtaining money and goods under false pretenses. I figured that out too because I went on the law uh website and see what all you can get for that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can also get embezzlement. Oh, you can get a number of charges for that. And that's why go back to what I told you when I was trying to get my friends and everybody to donate, and I was giving them the GoFundMe information, and everybody was like, "No, they ain't." And so I went and checked; it's not on there. And I went and checked, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" And then when I seen the comment, the GoFundMe, and she was like, "Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know this," and that's what Tasha was saying. They was letting her know, no, this is out. No, we don't do for this type. No, we don't do that. No, they would not do it. And that's why they try to say, oh, it's because GoFundMe get a certain amount. Baby, regardless of what they getting the certain amount of, you trying to get a PI. You trying to get help for your nephew. So I wouldn't care if they were taking 10, 30, 40%. I'm going to get a whole lot of trouble if everybody is investing. Do you see what I'm saying? So I knew that was a lie.
Whew. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
And then she made everybody think that she was there on the scene when she was never there. She was getting everything, what you call third party. Yeah. So she was never there. Don't forget, she said she was at home babysitting while her son was at work. But then they say, Rena, you didn't call us and tell such and such. Why did Rena have to call you when your son was already up there? Hello? Gigi?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm just saying, why do Rena have to call when your son is already up there? Make it make sense. And Jason said Lulu wasn't talking to him. She was talking to oh boy. So she was talking to oh boy. Let me just say this. Oh boy was the one that was probably trying to help her get him moved so it wouldn't come out like this. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that backfired too. See, God don't play about his. And when I say that boy was a chosen boy, he was very chosen. He was a chosen one. Yes, he was. He was chosen. No matter what his past says, and no matter what he did for her, see, because see, at night you don't know nobody's heart. David, King David, he murdered Bathsheba's husband. He plotted all kinds of schemes and different stuff. He didn't have no, it was premeditated, but he didn't do the killing himself. But guess what? He put the man on front line. He knew it was gonna happen. So that's why I say you don't never know nobody's heart. But at the end of the day, then he gonna come out here Mr. Tyrone Davis Sr. gonna come out here and scandalize that girl 3 dead son. All we paid for all of their funeral. Okay. But the mother, if you recall, says, son, I put you away good. She was happy that she was able to put her son away. What respect. Now, and then you come out here and talk about, oh, you're her other two, her other, we put them out. See, you try to keep the focus on y'all. And see, when you keep taking the focus off of you, everybody else, but you want to put it on y'all, because you know what? Y'all the lamplight. You right. The focus go on y'all, but it don't go on y'all as being, oh, well, we, putting this person and we doing this and that. Yeah. It's not it's not a good pat on your back. Because anytime you did it out of the kindness of your heart, you wouldn't have never threw that woman's other two sons under the bus like that. Or we paid for theirs too. That didn't the public didn't have to know that. See, that's why I said people, when they on that sugar booger, girl, they get to talking. Sit back and listen to them. Flap their gums. That's why I told you everything Tasha was saying. She didn't know Cece. She didn't know this person. But then when they come out talking, they know them all. Let them. That's why I told y'all at the beginning. Loose lips sink ships.
Loose leaks, jump ship. Damn, I can't
No,
talk.
loose lips. Loose
Girl, I
lips.
can't talk worth shit. Loose lips, slink ships. That's a tongue twister. Shit.
Yes. But it's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. Because see, when he first came out, he was like, you know, my son, this, that. He had on them black shades. I'll never forget it. Like the sun was just irritating his eye. But we all know it ain't, what's understood don't have to be explained. And then he said, we don't want no problems. Threw that out there. So who was you addressing that was causing y'all problems or was going to try to go to war with y'all? I had to ask myself that and writing it down, pen up, putting it down in a journal. Who said that? Now, I ain't hear nobody come out and say they trying to threaten them and they trying to do this. So who you talking about? We don't want no problems. But all I want is what's mine. So what was yours? That's what I'm still want to know. What was yours? Like I said, what's understood, big dog, don't have to be explained. Because I know you probably listen to this, but
They
what's
all
understood
listening.
don't have to be explained.
You know they listening.
Yeah, they listening, and that's gave you away, big dog. That gave you away, and that's why I say everybody's innocent until proven guilty. And sometimes people say, "Well, you bringing up their past, you bringing up it," but the law will bring your past up, even if you've been clean 40 years from now. They're gonna bring it up until they get to the right suspect. That's why I say everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
Get these likes
Tyrone didn't.
up. Get the likes
Tyrone
up, y'all.
Tyrone didn't stand a chance. He didn't stand a chance. And I'm sorry to say that. The young man did not stand a chance. He was around people who loved royalty and didn't count loyalty. See, and that's the wrong group of people to be around. Because see, when you in life, you gotta choose people who choose loyalty over royalty. That means I give up every earthly thing on this earth for you, because I know you loyal, and I know you stand on something and you believe in something. Because that's what he talked about, what he believed in. And he also talked about, I gotta get another gig. more or less another job because this one ain't bringing in enough. Because, like I said, he taking care of. He's the breadwinner. He taking care of a lot of people. He had a lot on his plate. But when I pick up the phone and I want to call somebody and say, hey, I need to vent right now because I feel like popping off, but nobody can be answered. Nobody can answer. But when you need somebody, when you need a couple of $100, $1,000 or whatever, I'm standing on business for you. But I can never get y'all to stand on business for me. But I love you genuinely. I love you with a whole heart. But yeah, of course, he got blindsided because he thought people was gonna change. GG, that's what I said. We call ourselves, we got bros, sis. We call ourselves, we call people bros and sis and all that. But do you really mean bro and sis when you call them it? Do you really mean it? Or is they just somebody you call bro and sis because you need somebody, or fam goon because you need somebody? A real fam goon takes care of each other. My brother Rollo will tell you that. We take care of each other. We don't let no outsiders come and try to take over what we get trying to do. No, never that. And salute to my brother Rollo. Because at the end of the day, he always stand on business. And that's why I say what I say about Tyrone. None of them stand on business about this young man. Everybody was out to take and grab. And just like we kept on saying, when Cece came up her, because she got fed up with Tasha's lies and came up her and said, well, it's gonna come to a head pretty soon. And they was in the hospital, and he was, come on now. You think they ain't got some hospital cameras? JJ, ask yourself. The plot thickens every time you ask yourself. Because guess what? It's sad. Tasha knew, and she can't tell me she didn't know. And that's why when I was talking to the family member at the back thing, I said, hey, how would you feel when you learn the truth and you know it's somebody close to you? How would you really feel? You screaming cuz, you screaming fam, but how would you feel? Because there's no way I could be screaming cuz. I could be screaming aunt, sis, bruh, nephew, and don't stand on business. Don't be loyal, but I'm
That's
chasing
right.
royalty. I'm chasing royalty. I throw them under the bus because of royalty or because of a mess up that somebody else did and I got to straighten it out. Wow, man. It's sad though, but the truth is around the corner. It's around the corner, GG. It's around the corner.
Girl, you taking it down. Y'all get these likes up. Get these likes up. Come on. You got them at 200 views, girl. You are waking
Yeah,
Tyrone up. You know what, Tamala? Tyrone is so thankful to have you in his corner. He is so thankful.
GG.
Because I know you really care about Tyrone.
You
I
know,
know
GG,
behind
I
the
didn't
scenes, y'all,
let me
she
just
talks
say
to me. Okay,
let me
Tamala.
just say this, GG. You know, I care about everybody if this would have happened. Because you know why? It happened, made me, I never get on no podcasts or anything to talk about anything. But Gigi, that boy touched me when I started listening to him. I was like, man, this man that came from all this, and it ain't nobody but you, God, that turned him around. No matter what he do, you still working on him. He's still a work in progress until the day he died. Excuse me, until the day we, pass on. And so I was like, this got to, it's more to this. I got to put my feet in this one. I got to put my foot in this one. And it was like it was calling at me, and I couldn't rest, Gigi. At times I was buying stuff like Lady G, you know, she was buying stuff. I'm paying for out of my own pocket. So I know what Polo was saying when he was paying for evidence. He was paying for, for the information, getting files and different things from the court, the court system and different things, locations where different people live at. And when you start doing it, man, come on now. Some people don't realize a lot of that stuff is public knowledge. You can come up with that stuff. That's public knowledge. But at the end of the day, to be able to stand on some real business, and then they talking about, oh, he wanted money. He wanted money. He didn't want money. That man knew. He knew. Because you know why Polo didn't want no money? Because somebody did him like it, was about to put him in a track bag for some money. And see, it was by the grace of God he was able to crawl out. And that's why I say he fought hard and he fought the good fight. But see, you can't play with God's people. No matter what you think they look like on the outside or what they doing, you can't look at that, because God judges the heart of man, not the outer appearance. So everybody come up here and tell y'all and get the howling and shouting, oh, I'm motivated to teach Tasha. I'm motivated. Nah, baby,
What happened
it's
to all that?
it's devil in sheep clothing.
What happened to the motivation speaking?
It just kept it kept winded down when Polo started saying, oh, about the money and about the PI and about lying to the people. And I think the people, once they heard what the daddy said, just threw even more icing on the cake. That
Mm.
threw more icing on the cake. Because the daddy came out here and said all that, yeah, punk, you know what? I use you. So that makes everybody like, dang, they used us too.
Yeah, the mask fell off.
Yeah. And then
Now, why
see,
would
the,
the
the,
father say some
uh,
stuff like that, knowing that he
and,
got all
and
those people watching? Like, was his ego more important?
let me just say this, Gigi. I'm gonna say this again. When you on them super sugar boogers, okay? People, y'all from the streets, y'all know what I'm talking about. They feel like they King Kong, baby. They feel like they King Kong right about now. Superman, okay? So he came out here trying to stress a point, but guess what? All them threats, let me tell you something. If anything, if he touched anybody's head, that's why I say, baby, feds be listening in on this stuff. They know you cover it. They know who all's doing what, who all's naming what. And if somebody touched somebody's head, they coming for you. Cause see, let me tell you, like I said, everything leaves a paper trail. Even Snapchat leaves a paper trail. All of that. You can delete that stuff, but it's not deleted. Y'all be thinking y'all so smart out here, but technology got you beat. AI got you beat. Anything you delete is not deleted at all. Not deleted at all. It can be recovered. And you seen that, Gigi, in the trial with uh Mila, when Mila was going against Stefan and they pulled up what she deleted.
Yeah.
Don't ever think you smart in the game, baby, and that you can outsmart technology, because you can't. All that stuff leave a paper trail. You can delete your cash out. You can say, oh, I'm gonna uninstall cash out. They still got the information. And the law can get that information at any given time, especially the federales. The U.S. Marshals can get that anytime. Oh, yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, people be thinking they smart, Gigi, and they can cover things up and yeah, but nah. That's why I told you I felt like something was in the it's something. I felt like something was over there by that tackle box, and I kept telling you that. And this lady said the same thing. Where did the bag go? Where did the bag go? And that's what I was like, dang, what was in the bag? What was so important, you know? And then my thing is another thing that bothered me a lot because I don't care who it is. If it's my bestie, I'm not gonna be up there trying to grab my bestie stuff out of her old man's hand. I'm gonna want to see what's going on with my bestie. I'm gonna want to try to flag a nurse down somebody. Y'all gonna come and give me some answers about what's going on with my bestie back there. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel
But
what you're saying.
you was more in tune to the wallet than your bestie, your family member back there. You was more in tune than how to grab the wallet, how to keep up a mess with this girl. That's what you was. And I'm just gonna say this. I think that's why Lulu came out and showed the videos. You know, you asked me that day, did you see the videos of Tyrone? And I said, yeah. I said she put some new ones up there, and and people ask, okay, she's happy. They happy. What happened? I'm gonna say this. Whatever happened, if Lulu was cheating, I'm gonna just throw this out there. Allegedly, if she was cheating, she didn't want the person. It was just something for her to do while the person was away that she really genuinely cared about. And I think that's what infuriated that person to know they wasn't even as desirable as they thought they was.
Are you saying that's art?
Yep. Oh
Damn,
yeah.
you see how I caught it and I didn't even know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think you know when he left with him and then she found out what happened. That's why she said what she said. That's why that I kept asking, why did she say it was out of both of their control? Now it hits the hammer on the nail. Cause she pretty much saying if he would have stayed with me and didn't get go with him, this probably wouldn't have happened. You feel me?
Hmm.
But he got up and went with his family. So he thought it was his family. Greed is everything. That's why if you go back over the videos and you was playing it, and I said, man, this sounds like a show that I saw on American Greed a long time ago. And see, I watch all these type of shows, Gigi. And I say it sounds like American Greed, a web of lies. That's all. And it's sad. It's sad. I saw them pictures and I'm like, how could you? How could you? How could you pass that around? You know, me being the type of person I am, and I love family and I love my friends them dearly. There's no way I could have passed that picture around. There's no way. I don't care who wanted to see it. There's no way.
Wow.
You know, sometimes it's best, Gigi, to not to have no money at all and just have the love from God and the people that you know genuinely care about you because you ain't got nothing for them to want. Because let me tell you something. When you got money, cars, jewelry, stuff like that, man, you got more haters than you thought. And sometimes it's within your family. And
Yeah.
it's sad.
It's always
It's
close.
sad.
It's always gonna
Yeah.
be close.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Just like the little thing that you covered about the little young lady, regardless of what she was doing, it wasn't your business to play God. Same thing here. It wasn't their business to play God with this young man. But see, God's gonna roar loudly. Real soon, God gonna roar loudly. And it ain't gonna be, Lord have mercy on my soul, on my child's soul. He ain't gonna hear it. It's gonna fall on deaf ears. And when I tell you, like I told y'all before, when y'all really get to see it and y'all really get to know what's going on, and when they really come for them people, it's gonna be a whole lot of shedding tears. It's gonna be a whole lot of people who want to hurt other people within their circle. Yes. And to the young man T that they try to put stock in charge on you, honey. Thank you. Because no matter what, man, no matter what you are, you still a child of God. He didn't say he hates you because you like other men. He didn't say that. He said, I hate the act. So don't let them devils tell you the God ain't loving. He didn't
What they
say he
say?
hated you.
Hold on, let me say something. What they say? They try
No,
to make it
because
seem
I
like
get
they hate
tired.
him
I
because
get
he's
tired of
gay.
them saying he's a punk. He's this. What God didn't say
Well,
he
hold
had to
on.
be.
Hold on. They're fornicators. They're liars. They're stealers. Shit, they going to the same place according to that religion. So
All I'm
please.
saying, Gigi, people be standing on God's word. But if you read, don't take his word for what you want it to be. When God can't hate
Well,
nothing he
that's what
created in
Satan
his
gonna
own
do.
image.
So why wouldn't you expect? That's what
But that's
Satan
why
gonna
I'm
do.
clarifying it
Satan
to the
knows the
young.
Bible more than anybody else. Hell.
I understand that, Gigi, but that's why I'm saying to the young man, because I want him to know. He's young. I want him
Mm.
to know. God didn't say he hated you. He said he hate the act. But he loved you because he cannot hate what he created in his own image.
And I want that same man to know the same act he hate that in straight people when straight people lie, which they do 24/7. All these
Fornication,
bas
adultery.
all these bastard kids they got, all the scamming they got, all the no snitching. You know, no snitching is a form of lying. That's a sin too. And they
Yes, it
just
is.
nothing but hypocrites. So I wouldn't even let
Yep.
that shit won't ever get me bent.
No, but it's just that, he's young though,
I
Gigi.
know that. I
See,
know. I'm just saying on my
yeah,
piece. I know.
yeah,
I'm just saying. By
but a
him
lot of
saying
people,
how I feel
because,
about it, it can motivate his ass.
right, because, some people get let depression and stuff get
Yeah,
to them with
that
it,
will.
you
And
know.
that's nothing but evilness.
Yeah. But I
That
just
don't
want,
help nobody.
I just, this is sad. And I just, y'all that's in the chat, keep praying. Keep praying. God is hearing your prayers. If you genuinely care and you want justice for Tyrone, keep praying. Keep praying. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you, justice is coming. It's around the corner. It's around the corner. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. And those people that think they're going to get what they think they're going to get, they ain't getting ready to get a dime, baby. Not a dime. but they gonna have to pay the people that they owe. Oh, most definitely that. So those threats that they were sending towards Polo, they getting ready to hit you back, but they not getting ready to hit you from
Bam!
Polo,
Bam!
right? Mhm. They
Bam!
getting ready to
Bam!
hit them back.
Bam! Bam! Woo!
Yeah,
That's
and I
right.
just want because I mean, Gigi, I spend many a nights up all night and all day, ringing you on the back end, trying to get some sleep, like I am now, like I was earlier, and I'm ringing you on the back end all hours of the morning and night, and I'm just thankful God. I'm thankful to God because I know it was God that revealed everything to me because we were standing on it, and everybody kept on saying, "Tamala, you right. Stand on it. Stand on it. You keep going somewhere with it." But see, every time we went somewhere, they had us so. That's why I had to pull back. I had to pull back, and it's sad. It's really sad. It is. It's really sad, you know, because this is a young man. He didn't deserve this, and he will be forever a household name. He'll be a forever household name because people, even after the truth come out, they're gonna still wonder in their heart, how could you? How could you? A person that was loving y'all. He didn't see nobody's fault. He didn't even see his own mom fault. People say, "Oh, well, she was on drugs. She should have went back and got him and that and that." But you never know what people's circumstances are. She did the best thing that she thought she could do is put him into somebody else's hand that was family instead of letting the system have it. And he turned out to be a nice gentleman, and he still loved his mama. And you thought you could change that, but you couldn't take that love from her. And y'all want her, the thing is, they want her to come out here portraying, oh, Lulu this and Lulu that, and Lulu this and Lulu that. But she's saying the same thing, probably that I'm saying. Everybody innocent until it proven guilty. Everybody innocent until it proven guilty. And then I'm gonna let God fight while y'all keep on throwing me under the bus, making me feel like or say like horrible things to me. I'm gonna just stand on business with God. Cause every battle ain't our battle. And that's what she was saying. Cause I see her posts every day come through my chat line. Every day. My news feed. And I'm like, man, this woman is strong. God built her. When he recreated her, he built her. And she's still a work in progress. She went through a lot and she's still standing strong. But the
Mm.
other side, people say, oh, they standing on business, but you standing on business with threats. You come out and get Miss Jackson to attack this boy and all that because of all the lies that you put out. If I was Miss Jackson, I would bail out gracefully because at the end of the day, y'all gonna even have her looking dumb. That's why you thank everybody. You thank everybody, but then you go backtrack on them. See, that type of flip flopping, y'all got to understand that ain't no good flip flop. That ain't no good way. Y'all go back and flip flop on them. Oh, thank you, Nina Johnson. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, this. Thank you, that. Thank you, Polo. We so grateful to you. Then next thing you know, you're striking them next. Because when they don't say what you want them to say, or they don't do what you want them to do, man, all I can say, baby, It's just I feel sorry for that side of the family when they realize who all's the front row runners of this mess. And I told the other person on the back end that time, I said, listen, I'm gonna cut this short because I'm one of the people that be on the panel saying this about your family. So I'm gonna cut this conversation short between me and you. And you know what? I ain't talked to that person since. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes people like to live in a delusional and fiction world. But I can't live in a delusional and fiction world. I gotta stand on facts and truth. I can't accept anything else. And that's why I just told him, I said, well, it is what it is. But I'ma still keep on standing on my business with this situation. And I did. And it's coming. And it's sad that it ends. It begins with these people and it ends with them. And that's what's so sad about it. It began with them and it ends with them. Everybody in the chat, I just thank y'all for tuning in with us tonight. I really do thank y'all for being here and just keep praying. Just keep praying and just keep your, I'm going to be honest with you. I know y'all want to help because if your soul is just like mine, you want to give everybody, you want to try to help, in a situation like this. But tell you know the truth about something, keep your funds to yourself. Because, see, sometimes we can be helping and God is showing us we don't need to fund the lie. That's why when it started out, I said, I'm going to help them. I'm going to fund to the kids and all that. I didn't have a problem with funding to the kids or having people fund to the kids, but I couldn't fund to the Davis. And I wonder why. Now I know God don't want you to take your money and give it to anybody who's going to misuse your money. So, y'all, watch what you do. And D Nice, yes, you're right. The dad was on, yeah, drug dealer. The dad is on drugs himself. The dad is a womanizer. Yes, we know all this. Yes, we do know all this. Polo brought it to our attention on that, because I didn't know, D Nice, that that family had people going to Gainesville. Tasha made it seem like he didn't, that Tyrone didn't know nobody. But see, the daddy was been going to Gainesville before then, and so have her son and Jason too. So they all knew somebody. Maybe Tyrone didn't, but they knew somebody up in Gainesville because they've been messing with the little thoughts or bops, whatever you want to call them up there. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, ask yourself when your child called you and he kept trying to call you, why didn't you answer the phone? That, if you want to be mad at anybody, don't be mad at Polo. Be mad at yourself because that could have been the life or death situation. You could have saved him. You could have saved him, but you never picked up the phone. So when you come out here and you try to intimidate somebody and you try to say you really that dude, let me just say this. It's always some more dudes that's really that dude. So, it is what it is. But if you're gonna be a fangoon and your family gonna be, your family, man, you're gonna have to stand on business, like my brother Rollo be saying. You're gonna have to stand on business because y'all been standing on the wrong type of business since you say you want justice. Tell the world. Since you want to come out here and attack Polo, tell the world. Because you never said what you mean by the meaning. All I want is what's mine. See, because we can go back and rehearse that video over and over. All I want is what's mine. You made that clear. And that's a statement that you got to stick to. So, Gigi, I'm done.
All
And
right, baby.
chat,
You show
when
you
we
did
get some more
audit.
information, we will tune in with you guys. With Gigi, I'm gonna get Gigi this stuff on the back end, and she's gonna go
Oh
over it.
my
And
God.
so tune in tomorrow. We might come in early tomorrow, but that way we can get in and get out, so you guys can enjoy your Memorial Day. But happy Memorial Day, guys, and lift everybody up in prayer and lift this situation up.
Well, Tamala, I just want to say thank you again. I mean, you really walked it down. You really put your heart into it. Thank you for having a big heart and a caring heart and a so loving heart to try to get justice for this young guy. You know, you've always put your foot in it, never wavering. So we really appreciate that, right, y'all? All right. So thank you, and we're sorry to disturb you. I know I woke you up, and I apologize, but I think it was worth it. I would do it again.
Absolutely, Gigi. Absolutely.
Look, I'm
And
like,
chat,
damn,
y'all
did
can
you hang up?
y'all can go to Lady G. She go by LG Investigator, and y'all can look at the videos and listen to everything she's saying as well, because it is beneficial just as well. Thank you, D Nice. I appreciate it. I'm just only doing what a real soul will do, baby. That's it. All right, Gigi, take over, hon.
All
Walk
right,
them
y'all.
down, Gigi.
All right. So I'll see you guys sooner than later. If you guys want us to continue to talk about Tyrone, press that 7. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you share it. Let people know that we are back on doing lives talking about Tyrone. And I will see you guys on another late night or live stream. God bless. Bye.